Hello and welcome to another episode of Whiskefy TV. I'm your host Jez. Let us crack into it because this is your favorite place for, me to drink whiskey and tell you guys about what I'm drinking this week. So we are episode 104, I think. This week I am a little bit of context. 104. I'm in my Christmas gear because it is December 23rd, I think. So we are Thursday in Australia at the moment. And, well, it'd be, be the same thing everywhere, wouldn't it? Who knows? So I'm doing it a day later than what I normally do just because work's been crazy. And I guess there's been a new bottle that came out and I was like, hey, they are going to the top of the list. So as I said, we're going to get into that. But you guys are probably wondering what I'm wearing. That's what I'm wearing. My Spencer's ugly Christmas sweater because as I said, December 23rd, and you probably get 2 weeks of this. So my Christmas hat too. We're feeling very festive. Very festive. Woo, 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 woo. Now, let us look into it. I would be wearing a Websters t-shirt because I have a bottle of Buffalo Trace Websters Bar Pick. This is as I said, Buffalo Trace, 80 proof, so 40% alcohol. But circling back to why I wouldn't be wearing a Websters shirt is because Ray hasn't hooked me up. So Ray, I'll have to get one off you because, I'd wear a barrel and batch one, but it's not Websters, is it? Ha! Not age stated, it's normally about 8 years old, and that's normally about the trend for Buffalo Trace, but as long as it's over 4 years, everyone's a happy camper. Going rate is about $85, which is probably high for Buffalo Trace. I'll pull this out. Oh, cork pop. Jesus, this is not a good start. It was 1 out since the last spill. Well, we didn't spill any last week. This week we spilled some, so we are back to 0. This is not looking good. This is not a good start. It is a new charred American oak cask and rye mash number 2. Now I did say that it's $85 if you're looking for a bottle. I did a direct side-by-side off another Buffalo Trace. Sorry, too many bottles of Buffalo Trace going around. Here is a standard, what I consider a kind of like...
I didn't get that.
Thank you for your input. So what I consider a standard Buffalo Trace is something I go over to a retail store and just grab one off the shelf, non-pick. I did a side-by-side yesterday and it's very interesting the difference between a 80 proof pick and a standard release. So let's kind of crack into my notes here. Buffalo Trace is one of the oldest distilleries in Kentucky. I obviously covered that last time when I did the barrel and batch Buffalo Trace. You guys are like, why does Jez have so many bottles of Buffalo Trace? Well, there's plenty of people I'm supporting with all their Buffalo Trace releases, and it's mainly just Ray and Simon with barrel and batch, and then Ray with Websters. So, Buffalo Trace, being one of the oldest distilleries in Kentucky, it has survived tornadoes, it's survived floods, it's survived fires, prohibition, and the Rona, and it still stands over 200 plus years later. As you guys know, it's owned by Sazerac, and Sazerac rarely disappoints. Since this release is kind of like an Aussie only single barrel 80 proof, I don't know if they get 80 proof at 700 mils across the globe, but I mainly just see it in Australia. Now this is a Webster's Bar Pick as I covered, but we normally receive it on Uncle Dan's shelves as well. So it's good to see that a bar that was boarded up for, I think it's like 4 to 5 months when we had a huge shutdown in New South Wales, they kind of came out with their own barrel pick, because we haven't seen one from them since the Woodford Reserve bar pick in 2020. So yeah, back end of 2021 they come out with this. It's super exciting. Now, as a little off the record thing, these are going to be, I was talking to Ray about it, and these are going to be, what's a good way to put it? So he's just going to be using them for bar stock, because he goes through a little bit of Buffalo Trace, hence why it's cut to 40%. It's very interesting that you do that, but as I said, we'll go into it. His yield is 324 bottles as well. So there's a few of them lying around if you guys are interested in trying some. But let's kick off into these tasting notes. So as per usual, I sat down, did all the tasting notes yesterday with a direct side-by-side. So on the nose, it's kind of got this burnt caramel kind of honey note to it. There's some like baking spices, because it's like a little bit, it's a bit filthy. Why is that? Ugh, gross. It's like soap suds. Yeah, happens every week, don't know why. Kind of like, yeah, there's baking spices there as well. And it just noses hotter than 80 proof as well. I don't know if someone messed up on the labeling here. Obviously not, because Ray ended up with 324 bottles, but it just noses hotter. Who knows? Alright, for the taste. So it's going for more of a medium viscosity there. There's going to be some yeah, okay. So, as I said, medium viscosity. It's got this light spice note happening just around the tip of the tongue, which is always nice. And then it's kind of got like this Jersey caramel note happening as well, which definitely doesn't... I enjoy it. I enjoy that like Jersey caramel note, because it just kind of brings it all together and elevates it. Elevates the correct word. Now, for the finish, ooh, I didn't get that earlier. All right, so obviously it's like 80 proof, so it doesn't really need to open up too much, because realistically, 60% of 700 mils is water, and the rest would be 100% alcohol, in theory. So living at that 40% mark, I kind of got this maple there as well. I didn't get maple first time around. Okay. Yeah, medium finish of like this honey and kind of spice note there. As I said, there was some maple come in, and on the original tasting notes, I did get maple on the nose, which is interesting. It kind of jumped in on the back end there. And with that honey and kind of spice note, it's just perfect for Christmas time. Like, it makes it a easy sipper, but also probably perfect for like a Christmas cake, or it gives me those like Christmas cake vibes with those dark fruits and everything else. So I'm super happy with this one. Now, let's go into the buy, bar, or pass. Now, so it sips like 90 proof, and it, sorry, I wrote down the wrong word. So you think I just do my own, like I literally just finished writing it because it's like 10 past 9 in the morning or something. It's nuts. Sorry, noses like 90 proof. So just kind of stick my nose in there, and it's just got plenty of alcohol coming off it. So I was very confused. I was like, are we sure? Are we sure this hasn't been labeled wrong and I've actually got a 90 proofer in there? But no, because it's obviously 80 proof. But the price is also like a 90 proofer as well. Like looking at it, and when Barrel and Batch did their pick, theirs was coming in at about $90 for, what were we, $90 for 45% at, sorry, I should have checked this earlier. I think it's $7.50. Doesn't actually tell me. Doesn't actually tell me. It's just got 45%. What does that look like? Maybe it's 700. Well, it looks a bit wider. I don't know. I reckon it's 750. So I'm gonna say 750. $85 for 750. $90 for 750 on the Barrel and Batch pick. I'd pay that all day. Coming back to the Websters bar pick at $85, it'll probably retail out at, I think, $9 per 30 mils just for like a bar pour. So they're definitely making a little bit of money, which is good because they were locked down for like 5-6 months of the year, which is nuts. So it's good. It's good to actually get out there and support your local bar, like I guess like I have done here. Like I paid for it. There was no freebies handed out. So yeah, extremely blessed. And also just on the back end of that there was some serious amount of burnt caramels and baking spice notes and maple compared to your normal blended stuff. So jumping up to that $85 mark for an elevated 80 proof experience, I think is worth the money. So I put this down at a bar because I want you guys to go to Webster's bar and actually try some and let me know what you think. He's probably going to go through this relatively quickly. So if you guys head down there, try some if it's still available, because it only dropped last week before at the Jack Daniels event at Webster's. So yeah, head on down there. Please let me know what you think. If I get through this bottle, hopefully they're releasing a 90 proof release, because that would be incredible. I'm super thankful though. Excuse me, that's a cheeky little burp, so I think it's time for me to go, and I will... Don't tell me you stop recording. No, we're still going. Okay, cool. Thank you. Love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Much love. I don't know. Stay thirsty. Enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas. Love y'all. And I'll see you guys back here next week for Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Jez. Stay thirsty. Peace. Oh, that didn't stop recording. So, I don't know. Check out the snowballs. Peace.